Good morning, Gateway students. Are you ready for a new installment of the Sketchup.com place setting assignment? Each day, you make a new component for what will ultimately turn out to be a place setting, possibly on a table with a chair in a room. There's no end to what you can do. Feel free to proceed. If you can do so without my assistance, I look forward to seeing your images. For those that have not been saving their files, now is the time to learn how to do that, because you'll need these components to complete the assignment that's due on May 15th. At this point, I'm going to show you how to do the placemat, and there are some challenges drawing arcs, and enjoy the process, enjoy the challenge, and without further ado, let's begin. We begin the placemat assignment by launching Sketchup for Web. Depending on your internet speed, it could take about 20 seconds to load the software. Create a new simple template, feet and inches. Move to the right, select the Model Info tab. Use decimals and 0.125 snap interval as a consistent way to approach your modeling. Move to the left, select the arrow key, select the lady and hit delete. Move to the right, move to the View tab. Select Parallel Projection, and I'm going to use the top view for this assignment. Select the top view, use the Pan tool, and move your y-axis down and to the left. Now, first begin by using a rectangle to create your placemat. Use the top tool, select the origin, moving to the right and up. Now's when you want to enter the dimensions. Simply enter 22, 18, enter, and your rectangle will be 22 by 18 inches. Use your mouse wheel to scroll in and then move to the arc tool. Now with arc tool, I recommend using the second tool called the 2-point arc. Select the tool, possibly zoom in closer. Put the pencil on the edge, click, and draw an arc down and to the right. And once you see a pop-up that says tangent to edge, click. Now, to lock in your arc, make sure that your magenta line appears, and then you can click, and your arc is locked in. Once again, use this 2-point arc. In this case, I've already drawn an arc and I want an equal arc on the right. So I'm going to put my pencil at the end of the arc, and where I see a green point, then I'm going to pull my cursor to the right and make sure that that red guideline continues to show until I find the right edge of my rectangle. Click. Draw your arc. When you see magenta, tangent to edge, click. And then again, make sure that the line is magenta when you click and lock it in. Now zoom your rectangle out a bit. Possibly use your pan tool to move it a bit over. I'm going to use the arc tool a third time. Click. Again, make sure you don't have to click here. You just put your green point. Then as you draw up, you should begin to see, I can barely see a green guideline guiding me up. Then I find the top edge, click. I draw my arc to the right and down. I see the magenta, tangent to edge, click. And then once I move my pencil and I see that tangent to edge in a magenta arc, click, and it's locked in. And do one final arc. Make sure you use those guidelines. See the green? I see the green. I'm moving up. Click. Dragging down and to the left. See the magenta. See the pop-up that says tangent to edge. Click. And again, move my pencil until that magenta arc appears. Then click. Now at this point, I use the arrow select tool. And I'm going to hold the shift key and select the four corners and hit the delete key. You can also select, possibly use this eraser tool. I'm erasing each of these line segments that are sticking out. Now I'm going to use my rotate tool so that I can rotate it slightly here. And I'm going to use the push-pull tool. Remember, it's the flat sheet with an arrow. Select and pull. Now that I'm creating a 3D extrusion, I want to enter 0.25 and the enter key. Now my placemat will be a 1/4 inch thick. So now I'm going to move to the right and find the materials list. I'm going to browse the materials. It's the magnifying glass symbol. Click. And I'm going to use carpet, fabrics, leather, textile, and wallpaper. I happen to like this burlap color here, so I select it. And then I start to select the surfaces. I'm scrolling in because I'm going to attempt to select all surfaces. You might need to use your revolve tool to revolve this around. Back to the textile. Back to revolve. Back to the textile. Back to revolve. Visually inspect. All right. The final few steps. Use the View tab, and once again go back to Perspective View. Zoom in. Use your pan tool to get it located. Another useful tool is called the Display tool. Now it looks like glasses here on the right. If you select it, you'll see things that are highlighted or checked called section cuts. You can delete that. Axes, delete that. And guides, delete that. And now your display is much cleaner. And at this point, it's complete. Your placemat is complete. Click Save. Again, depending on your internet speed, it could take a moment to set. Just be patient. I had a folder called Sketchup and a place setting folder that I created. Here's where I'm going to enter the term place mat and save here. As you can see in the upper left, it says saving. Now that it's saved, I move my cursor to the folder next to the word saved, click, and I find the drop down. It says export, and I export as a PNG. And then down at the bottom right, it says export as PNG. Don't forget to select that button. Continue. And when you see placemat PNG at the bottom left, you'll know that that file is in your Downloads folder. So you use your File Explorer, find your Downloads folder, double click on placemat, and it will pop up. Again, I have Paint on my computer, which automatically opens my placemat, and here's your final image.